not the easiest game to play when you've clinched the spot and there's that emotion behind you and you're locked into seventh, but your start was really good.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, I don't know what they said, but I'm thinking that they were excited about the turnout tonight. I mean, it's fan appreciation night, there's a great crowd out there. Last regular season home game, and you know, we've talked as a coaching staff a lot about developing, you know, into a playoff team every night and how important it is to build our habits right now. So hopefully that message carried through too. But it was a really good start. I thought it was harder as the game went on because of the score. You know, there were times when we didn't play the way we needed to, but you're not going to play perfect 60 minutes. But I liked our start a lot.
Well, 4-0. I'm not sure which team wanted it to end faster.
Yeah. Well, I think I did. You know, that's the big thing is, you know, they're a big physical team, and you give them credit because they kept playing. You know, and I wouldn't expect anything different. You know, you're in this league for a reason, and but at the same time, you know, it's a little bit of let's just get through this and keep the puck moving and keep the clock moving as well.
Schaller just seems like a different player when he has the puck.
He's come a long way, and obviously got, you know, most improved player. But you know, like you said, every time he touches it, you notice him now. He's really moving his feet. He's very powerful. He's a big kid, and now he's starting to bring the puck to the net and shoot it. And that's what, you know, was the strength that we signed him as the agent. And he's, you know, it takes a little while. And he's certainly had his ups and downs, but he's playing really well for us right now.
He seems to know he's big.
Yeah,
I don't know if he didn't always play like.
He didn't play heavy early in the season, and that was a big. It's certainly not consistent. And you know, it takes a while to get used to this league, and these are men out here where, you know, from being one of the oldest kids at the level he was at to you know, a younger guy. So it takes some time, and I think he's adjusted really well. He's playing. That whole line's playing really good hockey right now.
Is this the deepest this team has ever been?
I'm sorry,
Is this the deepest this team has been this year?
Yeah, I would say. You know, I would say certainly up front it's the deepest. I think we've been a little deeper than that. But I'd say up front we're about a season. We still have a couple of guys that we're hopefully going to get back from injury in the next week or so, and sickness. So hopefully that'll continue to get better, and it drives a lot of competition within the players because they know how hard it's going to be to get in their line.
Coach, you started the Schaller line tonight. I mean, that's an energy line. How good was it for them to get that first goal, not only bring the energy on the forecheck and whatnot, but to put one on the board?
Well, to Kevin's point, you know, it was going to be, well, our fear as the coaching staff was it was going to be a difficult game because there wasn't a lot on the line. And it just seems like when you put those three guys out on the ice that were playing downhill, they're physical, they get pucks to the net, and they got rewarded for it tonight. And like Gilly got rewarded for it last game against Utica. You know, you play the right way, and you buy into the team being, you know, bigger than the individual, and you get rewarded for it. So that was really nice.
Couldn't you get Deloria a goal? For him to get for Deloria to get a goal because
I think any
time,
but yeah. I think anytime you go to a new team, you know, I had met with him either yesterday or the day before, and you could tell that, you know, I don't think he was worried about it, but you know, he wanted to produce. He's a producer, and you know, the quicker you get on the score sheet, I think the more you feel like you're part of things and you're ready to get things going forward. And I think it was a big goal for him tonight.
Yeah, by the way he's playing, you wouldn't know that it was just Makarov's 10th game in the AHL.
Yeah, and that's the, you know, I mean, that's the caution that you have with Mac as he's playing. He's playing really well, but he is only 10 games into this league, and he's been great for us. But you know, just like everybody else, he's got to continue to work on some things, getting better. You know, a couple of goalie hands could have been a little bit cleaner tonight. It's all those little things that you can't hurry those things along. It comes from experience, and you've still got a long way to go with that stuff.
What are you doing tomorrow, Platt?
We're going to assess, you know, just I think everybody's pretty well. You know, we've got some ideas of some changes that we want to make, but we're going to definitely dress some different guys for it, just a matter of who's coming.
Coach, you guys are on a nice little streak right now. Obviously, it's good to be hot at this time, but just your thoughts on where this team is and moving forward into the playoffs after tomorrow.
I feel like we're getting better. I think we're getting pretty good buy-in from our players. I still think we got a little ways to go. No matter, you know, who you play in the playoffs, you're going to play a really good hockey team, and you gotta play 60 minutes, and you gotta play 200 feet. And, you know, there's chinks right now, things that we gotta get better at, and if we can continue to do that, I feel good about where we are, but I think we still gotta get better.
Is this a dangerous team right now?
I would, you know, I would think so. You know, we're playing good hockey, we've won, you know, we've been on a pretty good stretch right here, I think we're gaining a lot of confidence, so, you know, I guess you have to ask whoever we play, but we feel like we're winning.
If you're the 2 seed, would you want to play you?
Depends how often I played against us already, and, you know, I mean, let's be honest, if we play Grand Rapids, they had their way with us this year, I don't think they're gonna be all that afraid of us, which is just fine with us. We're gonna be ready for no matter who we play, and right now, as I told the guys, this afternoon, is the important thing is let's focus on our game, and making sure that we're committed to getting better every night, and whoever's in the lineup's gotta give us everything they got, and we gotta play together, we gotta execute, and if we do that, we should be able to.
Were you expecting Julio to come back to the play, or what was the timetable?
I didn't think he would, we knew there was a chance he might be able to play this weekend. I was really happy with his game tonight. Thought, you know, for his first game back, not being at game speed, coming from the NHL down here is a huge adjustment. Just the game's different down here, and I thought we were doing really good tonight.
Grigorenko is, it seems he's been able to kind of maintain that, you know, playing his own zone. Broke up a play, created his own 2-on-1 maybe twice during the game. I mean, even though he hasn't put up huge point totals, have you been happy with his all-around game?
Yeah, I think maybe the thing that I am most happy about is his consistency. I think he's had one game where I didn't think he was as good as he needed to be, but every other game I think he's been pretty good. He's around the puck all the time. There's not a lot of shortcuts. He's been very detailed, and the more detail he has, the more offensive opportunities he's got. He's played with a few different line mates, so he's got to get some comfortability with that. But I think he's played pretty well for us as a whole.
How much have you done, I guess, coaching with him so far? I mean, it seems like he came in looking like a bit of a different player. So, I mean, how did you approach that?
Just more of the team structure, understanding what we're expecting of him as a part of the team, because you don't have a lot of time to, you know, get a feel for, you know, he played a couple games with us last year, but we really needed him to understand how we needed him to play, and he's picked it up really quick in terms of, you know, just our systems that we run and just being accountable defensively and understanding where he needed to be on the ice. I think that's been more of what we've really tried to preach to him so far. In his offensive ability, he's going to be able to create. Like, he's got a great skill level, a great release. I thought he had another one tonight that he just missed on the short side. But, you know, it's more play within our structure and then be creative when you have opportunities to be creative.
Talk about the growth you've seen from Tim in the last, 3 weeks, a month.
Tim Schaller?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say even longer back than that. You know, you saw glimpses of it. I think the Spangler Cup was big for him. He came back, and there was a little bit of a lull, I think, for everybody because we were pretty tired. But I think that he really has continued to get better and been put in a lot of difficult situations because there was a lot of times when that line was matched up against other teams' top lines. And, yeah, I have no fear putting him out there against anybody. And a lot of that is playing the center ice position. You got to be pretty good in your own zone, and you got to be good on face-offs. And I think he's come a long way in both of those respects, and that's made him more confident with the puck, attacking with it. And then, you know, early in the year he would pass some opportunities off, and now he's looking to shoot the puck more and then get to the net, and it's really paid off for him.
With the Army report, is there concern about him, and I guess how do you see that from your view?
I talked to Joel about it, and he said there's nothing to it. You know, obviously, I'm sure there was huge adjustments for him coming over this year. We've talked about it before. It's not easy. English is a second language, being away from home the first time, but you know, he never had any talks with whoever that report came from, and I think that was more their speculation on how they felt his year was going as opposed to him. He says he's perfectly happy and he's ready to play. Says he starts feeling better. We can't wait to get him back in there. So he's been playing pretty good hockey for us.
Do you expect him back in the playoffs?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's flu. It's not anything serious, so he'll be back.
Okay.
He may go tomorrow or may not.
We're probably not going to have him. Yeah, we're not going to have him travel. He skated today. Felt better before the skate. Didn't feel well after. So we just want him to recuperate, get some rest, and be ready for next week.
Same status as Zig.
Zig is saying, yeah, he's not gonna make the trip tonight, just let him rest and get better.